coach, it kind of felt like the dawning of something new out there with that group of young players that you have.
You know, we have an exciting group of freshmen for sure, and they can do a lot of different things. They can rebound, they can score, they can defend, they can pass. So we love the skill set that they provide, the energy they provide, and hopefully getting to play this early in the season, they're just hopefully each game you're going to see them progress.
With the young roster that came so close to 2 really impressive road wins early in the season, did you worry about the mentality coming into the first home game?
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the things that you always worry about with your team in general, but with some young players, is how are they going to bounce back from losses, especially close losses, because they can really hurt. The one thing that we kept pounding into our team the last few days is we've played really hard, and we have been really tough, and we've been really competitive. We just weren't able to finish. And we kept saying, if they will give us that, the execution will come, and it will pay off. And we were very fortunate that it paid off today. But I'm just really proud of the team's effort and toughness right now. That's going to take us a long way.
Is the importance of getting that first win kind of amplified based on the youth of this team kind of needing to build confidence in the younger players?
Well, I think we do need to build some confidence. I'll be honest with you, not just the younger ones, the older ones as well. And I think the biggest thing is they needed to see that they're going to be rewarded for effort, and they needed to be rewarded with a win. They needed to give themselves that. They needed to go out and earn it. Because our schedule is daunting. There are no easy wins on our schedule. You don't just look down the list and go, there, we can get one there. That's not the case. And so you never know if you lose another game, the lack of confidence for your next game could spiral. And we don't have a lot of upperclassmen that have been there and have that experience to be able to pull a young team out of that, possibly. So really, really happy we needed this, really happy that our players got it.
You mentioned effort. Obviously, one of the issues, especially earlier on in the game, was defensive rebounding. Emily and Danielle were saying that was a predominant feature of the halftime speech. I'm curious kind of what you said to them in that moment to try and get them back on track in that category.
Yeah, well, it was just a few possessions. It wasn't the whole half. It was a few really bad possessions, and part of it was the defensive scheme we were in. But I think there was urgency. They had urgency before I even walked in the locker room to address it. I talked to them about some schematics, like X's and O's, how we're boxing out, technical things, and I think they talked about that. And obviously for us to give up those possessions, it looked really bad. It looked really bad. And then to at the end of the game, win that rebounding category pretty easily. I'm really proud of them for locking in and doing what we needed to do.
Coach, you said you just mentioned the tough schedule, and you always schedule a difficult non-conference slate. And then after the loss to Mizzou the other night, you mentioned how you want to be good before January this year. So what is it that you want to accomplish out of your non-conference schedule this year? What do you want your team to look like as you head into conference play?
Well, I want to maintain the level of effort that we've been getting. Want to clean up our execution a little bit, but I want to be a team that when you just don't want to play. The opponents just don't want to play us, and we need to get some wins prior to January. So our total players, they're hearing, oh, we're young. I don't want that to be a crutch, because I think we're talented enough to win, and that was my message to them. We don't have to wait, you guys. I know you're here and we're young. We don't have to wait. We can win now. And so I think that was just give them hey, it's okay to push and find a way to get wins, and really take that crutch away from them. And I don't know that they've been using it, but just not allow it to be used.
So we asked the players earlier about Mandy. She went off second quarter and first half, 4 on 3-pointers. Are we going to see more of her later down now, or how is it going to be played out with her?
Well, I think right now we're getting a lot of production from a lot of people, and she's playing good minutes for us. She does more than just shoot the basketball. She makes hustle plays. She rebounds well. She's a good passer. She's defending well. So her minutes are really solid. And right now we're playing a lot of people. So I think right now she's doing exactly what we need her to do to continue to get the minutes when she's out there. And You know, again, I like the depth that I'm working with right now.
How you feel after that?
I feel we did a good job.
Yeah, I think after coming off of 2 really close games and losses, I think it's finally nice to get a win under our belts. We still have things to improve on, but like it's definitely nice to have that win under our belt.
Is it especially important considering how young this team is to get that first win to help build that confidence in young players?
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, everybody knows we have a young team, but I think that we've played really hard and tough every game. But yes, definitely like solidifying that win and just having that under our belt, it definitely gives, I think, all of us confidence, and just all of us, we like to win, we want to win, so it gives us kind of that feeling of what we want to do and continue to do.
So your role on the court is pretty solidified. Now off the court as the only senior on the team, what do you want to accomplish in non-conference play?
Non-conference, I mean, shoot, I want to keep winning. I want to go into every game like that we are meant to be there. That yeah, maybe teams, it says that they're better than us, but like that we can own the court and we can own our own and just go in there and fight every game and play the best that we can. Just continue to improve so that yeah, after the non-conference, we go into conference just ready to go.
Do you feel like you have more of a mentorship role though now?
I'd say so a little bit, yeah. I'd say I'm outnumbered with some of the young ones, but it's fun. Everyone has a completely different personality, so it's been fun. And obviously I've been here for 40 years, so I kind of know what coaches expect. So if they have questions, they can ask me. So that's kind of a nice thing, just take them under your wing and help them out.
What was the mentality of the team coming in? Because you were a couple of plays away from being 2-0 with 2 really good road victories coming in.
We knew that we had to win this game, and we took the loss of Mizzou and to Wichita to heart. So we just came out and we just played hard, and we used our anger and aggression against them.
Emily, how do you feel with a little more height coming in and helping out inside, that it's not all on your shoulders?
I feel a lot better now than probably the previous games. Not everything, or not every time I get the ball, I'm not going to shoot the ball. Like, the guards are going to be there to help me and everything like that.
I think it's nice having we have other posts, but having even more coming in, especially so athletic, then the defense has to worry about Emily, they have to worry about Jasmine, they have to worry about Stretch, Sydney. When Abby will be playing, they have to worry about all of them. So I think it's like nice, and they're all pretty different players. And so that's also nice to have like diversity within just the posts.
Yeah, and we all work really well together.
It seemed like defensive rebounds were a bit of an issue tonight. I'm curious what may have been feeding into that. It looked like it got improved down the stretch, what you may have done to try and correct that by the end of the game.
Well, what Post did was, with their bigs, we just went and we boxed them out, and we didn't really worry about crashing. Because 34 and 32 were really good offensive rebounders, and we knew that coming in. And Kelly got into us during halftime and was like, you have to box them out, whether it's y'all don't go to the defensive boards or you just hold them and you just have to keep them out. We had no choice but to keep them out. So what we did differently was we just had the guards go crash the boards while we just tried our best to keep them out.
It's definitely an emphasis on the halftime locker room talk. That kind of, it's a little fire in our bellies.
Got your attention.
A little better.
Yeah.
Yes.
Talk about Manning a bit. I mean, obviously 4 big three-pointers, including that one right at the buzzer.
Yeah.
What is she adding to this offense, giving that kind of threat from outside the arc?
Yeah, I mean, I think she's a great player on offense and defense. She's gotten quite a few steals in these past couple games. But no, she's got a very quick release, one of like the smoothest shots I think I've seen. And so it's nice if one of us is driving, we know that we can have confidence in her when we kick it out, that she's going to shoot the 3 and make it. So it's a really nice addition to the team.
And she's very smart with the ball.
Yeah.
Pretty lively crowd. Did it feel good to be back on home court?
Yes. It's always fun. We love playing at JQH with all the fans. It's a great atmosphere, and just being home in front of our home crowd. People may not think it's like a big deal, but having the fans and then students and the band come, it creates a whole different atmosphere. So yeah, it's fun.
Defensively, you guys were pretty good. I mean, you guys forced them to take a bunch of bad shots. I think they only made 2 threes in the entire game. you know, what was just working out for you guys? What were you trying to do?
I think all week, we've kind of put an emphasis on our defense, getting stops, knowing our personnel and how to play them. And so I think just knowing that, staying focused, there was a couple like mental lapses, I guess you could say, but just getting down, guarding, knowing who you're guarding, what they like to do, and just working together as a team, talking, communicating, listening. So that was kind of like the big theme of this week, along with rebounding, which, you know, improved throughout the game. But I think that was probably the biggest thing, is just communicating, listening to each other, and working together as a team.
You don't have to answer this if you don't want to, but when both coaches were kind of getting heated on the sideline, does that come into you on the court, or do you try to leave that alone?
I don't think so, because we play, like, who's on the court has to play on the court. We can't worry about the refs, we can't worry about the other team, and we just have to go out and play how we play. So, me personally, I did it.
Yeah, I don't think it really affects us too much. If anything, it's kind of like, okay, Kelly's good.
Right.
Kelly's getting heated, let's go. Like, if anything, it's kind of like, it's more fun. But yeah, we just try not to play our game, play how we play, and just not let the refs affect us, because sometimes you can't do anything about it.
Yeah, sometimes you're gonna have bad refs.